Why you stop playing? Did I tell you to start playing? Well, seeing as you can't follow orders, maybe you can just play me a simple swing, maybe. Wait, did I give you a cue? My tempo, man. My tempo. It's okay. My tempo. Then my tempo. Don't worry. No. My tempo. Stop. Okay. Stop. Okay, listen. Now watch. Fucking play faster. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is this? Is this a new style that's coming out in New York next week? What the fuck are you playing? This is not no fucking like drumming fucking like merry-go-round that we're on. This is real fucking art. What the hell are you doing? What the fuck is this? You know what? Just stop. Fucking rock band. Hello, and welcome to our review for Whiplash. This is a great movie. We'll talk about it in just a sec, but just a reminder, subscribe, let us know how we did, comment down below, stuff like that, thumbs up, and click the links below, they'll take you to a distant land. This movie is directed by Damien Chazelle.
He's 29 years old.
This motherfucker is 4 years older than we are.
Yeah.
And he is directing movies like this. Stars Miles Taylor, soon to be Reed Richards.
J.K. Simmons.
J. Jonah
Jameson.
Yep. And then we have Paul Reiser.
Yeah, and have you not? I haven't seen him in a long time.
Very
so
long
the first time I saw him, I was like, hey.
He's back.
So what's this movie about?
This movie is about Miles Teller. He's the up-and-coming student at the Schaefer Institute, which is this really prestigious institution in New York where people learn how to play jazz. He's the drummer. And J.K. Simmons is his new up-and-coming instructor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
well, he's not up-and-coming. He's very prominent.
He's prominent, but he's Miles Teller's up-and-coming instructor.
Yeah.
So let's start with the pros.
Okay, so we just have to give a round of applause for Miles Teller.
He's in town. He's doing it.
Yep. And I was a little like, Miles Teller is going to be in this movie. I don't know. But I remembered him from Rabbit Hole. And you haven't seen that.
I have never seen that.
Well, Rabbit Hole has Nicole Kidman who loses her son with Aaron Eckhart. They both lose their son. And the person who did it, spoiler alert, because you should have already seen it, was the character that Miles Teller played. And he is fantastic in that movie because he befriends the mom. And they start a relationship. It's a platonic relationship. It's not like, like sexual or anything. But they start a relationship. And because he feels really bad about what he did. So I was like, oh, then maybe he will be good in this movie. And not only was he good, but he was fantastic.
Yep. I think the Academy Award male category this year is really stacked, so I don't think he'll get any Oscar recognition, but if it was any other
I feel like Whiplash is this year's Fruitvale Station.
Yeah, Fruitvale.
Fruitvale Station.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan's one of his best performances.
Yeah.
Funny thing, both of them are going to be in next year's Fantastic Four.
What? So anyways, going back to the pros.
Yes. We have also one of the best performances of the year played in J.K. motherfucking Simmons. And you think his insults were bad in Spider-Man. He's back with a loaded gun in this movie.
Yeah, he is fantastic.
Oh yeah, it's kind of scary.
Yeah. The
depths of like anger and despair that he imparts to Miles Teller. And you see his character go through a transformation pretty abruptly in the movie. Mm-hmm. But he's like kind of a pushover at first, and like right after first class, he comes out with guns blazing.
And then later in the movie, you feel like a turn, like there's more development into his character, and he's starting to see who he was. Mm-hmm. And then the last 10 minutes of the film.
Wow!
He just
what a last 10 minutes! One of the best last 10 minutes of a movie this year.
Very great. And I mean, other than the fact that this film has great jazz music in it, like great music in general, that's a great part of this movie.
Yeah, the music,
the sound brought it all in.
And also with director Damien Chazelle. Chazelle captures New York in this really potent fashion, very reminiscent of Dan Gilroy's Nightcrawler earlier this year.
It's funny you say that because I do see that, but most of the scenes done in this film were in like the studio too.
Yeah.
So I feel like it has a lot to say about that.
But it was also like the jazz overtones of New York and how he cut to like different buildings in the beginning and whatnot. And it was really well done.
Yeah.
I felt like it's the closest thing I've felt since like that time in Fantasia when they play Rhapsody in Blue and they show New York in that artistic drawing fashion. I think it's very similar.
Yeah. There's two cons that I can legitimately think of right now. The first one is the moment we sat it down at the theater and the drums started playing, we just watched Birdman like what 3-4 weeks ago before this movie. I was like, holy crap, we're in the wrong theater. We're in Birdman again. Well, we came to go see Whiplash. Oh my god. And then the title Whiplash came up and I was like, oh.
Oh, good thing we were in the right one.
So that's not a bad. The second part was the love story arc in this movie with Nicole.
Yeah, it was not the best. It was very hey, she exists, now he has to like do something because this happened, and it's just like very like, why was this even in the script? There was also a scene with his family when they're eating dinner, which I thought was a good scene, but I wish there was more of that dynamic.
Yeah, that was a really good dynamic, because you know he's defending himself for loving what
jazz
he does.
music.
Yeah, jazz. And he's defending himself against these two other kids that are there who play football for what, Princeton?
Yeah.
And they're third division, and this whole thing happened. But I mean, you know, like it's a reminiscent to what, like, I don't know, for me, example, like what I go through, you know, in my personal life. Like, I'm not reaching the highest potential that I can be, and I don't want to be compared to some other people, and they're not as great as they can be either. You know what I mean? Like, who, you know?
Yeah, who are we to say things?
Yeah.
It has that feeling like, you know, it's hard to show yourself that what you're passionate about can't be a viable career option, and it's hard to show other people. Like, there's a lot of YouTubers that probably talk to their parents, and their parents are just surprised that they're making money, or, you know, film directors starting off like M. Night Shyamalan. I know he did movies when he was 12. His parents probably thought he was wasting his time.
Yeah.
And I feel like this movie shows that perseverance still can get you to the top.
Yeah.
So let's rate it up. I think that's a good time. Let's do it. I'm going to give this movie 4.5 drumsticks out of 5. And the reason, everyone's probably going to start thinking we've gone soft on movies, but this has been an exceptional year.
Yeah, it has been a really good year.
It's kind of mind-blowing. Like
really
this,
good year.
I kind of almost want to watch a bad movie so you know that we're not being like unusually biased. But this movie is really well made. Go watch it. Like, especially if you like jazz, if you like art, if you like perseverance of one's soul through odds that are incalculable.
Well, honestly, before I say my rating, I did not really want to watch this movie, mainly because I felt like, I don't know, like I just didn't really want to watch it. That was my thing. But when we watched it, there was a lot of things that reminded me of my past, because I did jazz band when I played the bass.
Yeah, I was a marching band.
And so a lot of the stuff that happened in this movie, like I started to remember happening to me. Surprisingly, I'm going to give it 5 out of 5. White t-shirts.
White t-shirts.
Because that kid does not run out of t-shirts. These white t-shirts.
They get holdy.
They're all sweaty and everything. This movie was really fantastic. It's really an actor's movie too, because if you're trying to be an actor, if you're really wanting to learn and gauge how people can just throw themselves into a role, or you just want to be mesmerized by someone who's like in it completely.
So yeah,
let us know what you think.
Yeah, watch this movie. Let us know. Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Comment down below. Thumbs up. Subscribe up here, right there, and. Click on the links below and take you to a distant land.